Hey guys, this is we are RobotSlippers.
We are.
We are. Are we? Are we now for sure?
For sure, we are RobotSlippers.
Sorry guys.
For many of you, this is the first time you've seen us.
So this is in no way relevant to you at all.
Yeah, so
I
whatever. Just ignore this part.
Yes. I'm your host, Stefano Fontana. This is Patrick. His beard is slightly less illustrious, but it's still beautiful.
It's coming in.
It's got a good shape to it
nice
right now.
Yeah,
thick.
good texture.
Patrick Dennehy, everybody.
Texture.
Patrick Dennehy.
That's it.
That's all right.
Sir?
Yeah? Ma'am?
Squagluzzo.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Hey, ahoy hoy.
Ahoy.
So, what brings us here today? What is our inaugural video podcast topic?
A couple days ago, a video game came out. Maybe you've heard of it, Stardew Valley. I know. We're going to be talking about The Division, which came out a week and a half ago now. And we're doing this at a weird time because the first patch is coming actually tomorrow.
Is it really?
And it's going to, and I read through it very briefly, but it's going to fix a lot of the problems that I was going to talk about on this podcast. I'm still going to talk about them.
Because there's still problems.
Because they are still problems at this current point in time. And we don't know if it's really going to fix anything. But anyway.
Do they ever?
I don't know, Ubisoft. Anyway.
Whoa!
We're going to, so let's
don't cut our sponsorship.
You want to? Yeah, don't cut our sponsorship. We really need this cup of coffee once every week. So, should we get started? What's the first thing we should talk about?
So I think we should still start this, the normal way. So what? Actually, this is probably an easy question. What have you been playing this week, Patrick?
I've been playing Division.
Oh wow,
quite a bit of it.
So we're gonna get into that in a second. What have you been playing this week?
Take a wild guess.
Fallout.
Hello Kitty Funtime Adventure.
That's supposed to say that.
I got the platinum for that one.
Nice.
Division as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've been playing UFC.
Really?
And The Division.
Okay. No wonder you're only such a
I work.
Actually, this is good because the three of us together collectively represent the three stages of a Division player, right? And I don't mean this
derogatorily.
No, of course. You represent the new player because you're still working through the storyline. You finish the story, but you're just getting into that endgame content, and I have everything equipped with yellow items.
Yeah, okay.
So I think between the three of us, we could talk about this game in depths that maybe my perspective is going to be different from yours, which will be different from yours for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
let's start. Start with the very beginning of the game. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about before we get into it.
So general feelings before we go into spoiler territory.
Okay.
Let's see summary about how you feel about the game. Would you recommend it? Whatnot? Patrick, starting with you, buddy.
So with me personally, I'm going to talk about the endgame content, which as of right now, in my current opinion, is incredibly weak. There really isn't much to do once you hit 30. And I know we're going to bring up Destiny, so I'll just do it first.
Yeah.
When you get to the level, when you get to level cap in Destiny, there's a clear goal of what you want to do. It's okay, I want to get into the raid. I want to get to hard mode raid. Division doesn't really have that. When you get to level 30, you unlock the dailies, which they're fun, but very quickly the hard mode become incredibly easy.
Right.
You just burn through everything. And then the next step above that is challenge mode, which is challenging, but really it's just, it takes you now half an hour or an hour to get through the mission instead of the 10 minutes. There's really nothing past that except for the dark zone. And even that, it's pretty much the same thing of you're running around the town, you're killing the mobs. Occasionally other people come, but going rogue, which I guess I'll talk about a little bit more in detail when we get to that part. Going rogue, there's really no reason to do it because there's a massive penalty if you get caught, which is probably going to happen. At least right now. This might change in the past.
What's the penalty?
So,
besides getting shot by everybody.
I think we should just save this for when
that's
we
right. We have
to
this. Yeah.
So
this
is just a general introduction.
Yeah. Okay. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it though,
yeah.
but it just there's nothing really for me to do.
Right. For me, I personally like it a lot. If we're comparing it to Destiny, because it's very similar type of game, I think it does a better job. At least for right when it started. Because Destiny, I felt like they promise a lot more. Like they said, open world. You can do all this fun stuff. There's a good story. It just didn't have it. But this one, there's easily there's no loading screens whatsoever. Maybe just at the right when you load up the game, that's it. Right?
I mean, every time you die.
Okay, but that's screen, don't
right?
die.
But
I mean, it's not like you're going to a new area and then you have to load, right?
They kind of get around loading screens, those cheap loading screens, when you open the door to the dark zone. It's
but see, it's a loading screen, but it doesn't feel like a loading screen.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but that's old classic video game secrecy, right? Hide a load.
That's a very short loading.
That's a short loading screen too. You're opening a door.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's nothing new.
But either way, I feel
it's like a look at this shit.
It's you're flying into the location. right?
Yeah.
For like
It's the
20
same
minutes,
thing.
you're just kind of floating in the air.
But
But she does that too. When you die, you're dead for like
But
it
that's-
takes a good
but
10
that's
seconds
you-
to get back
But
up.
that's you're dead, not just waiting for the game to become the game again. Like, just to get back into a
Yeah,
new
the
area.
fast travel is a lot faster than the Division, than the Destiny movement. Like when I don't know if you ever fast traveled.
Oh, I fast travel.
Yeah.
Don't even.
They need
life-
bikes in that game. If I don't get a bicycle to
Makes
ride
life a lot
around,
easier.
it's gonna be annoying.
Seven, what are your thoughts before we get into the,
Yeah,
the meat of the
so-
conversation?
Yeah,
So,
I like it though.
What I'm thinking as a person who didn't like, the only person that didn't like Destiny.
It's good to think as a person, yeah.
Yep.
Go on.
If you would think
I
as
quit.
a dog, I wouldn't know what you would say.
Um,
That'd be weird. Woof.
Woof. So I'm not a big fan of Destiny, as we all know. I'm sure I've discussed this before. So I didn't like the way Destiny engaged its audience. It tended to be very slow at the beginning. It promised a very large open world, but really it gave you a very many series of caverns that all look the same, where missions just end up in the same place, where that slight door was open to the left of you instead of the other ones to the right. Like, it was pretty much the same kind of corridors that you were going through. And at that point already, because I know that everyone that we know is going to be like, why are you playing this game? You hated Destiny. It's the exact same game. And it's not, because the gameplay loop's the same, but what hooks you and the environments in it are different. So the loot system's way better, automatically. There's no cryptic engrams you have to go and decode to get in way. You might get something good, you might not get something good.
I have a
you know.
rebuttal to that, which we'll get into later.
Okay, I think I know what you're gonna go for, but
But you get what I mean, like, there's not that, like, on a roll. Like, you might roll a good Ingram, but then you might not roll a good weapon off your Ingram. And
It's not true. Division, the way that endgame Division works, for most part, you get recipes. Every single stat for every single part of that weapon is randomized. Everything. The perks that it has, the amount of crit that it could have.
The deal with that is what I'm talking about is the hooks of the game, though.
Like,
So
you
when
know what game you're getting, or I'm sorry, you know what gun you're getting.
But that's the
because you
crafting.
make it. Yeah, but that's crafting.
Yeah.
But right now, that's really the best way to get stuff.
I know,
Like, even
sorry.
like the stuff that does drop, like out in the world, you
Yeah,
still need to re-roll
but-
it because chances are it's going to be a bad roll.
you can still
No, but it's
remake
not. So
each
my
weapon.
point about that is, though, you roll a weapon, but you don't roll twice. So like in Destiny, you end up rolling for your gear twice because you roll the first time it drops as an engram, and then you have to roll the engram decryption process.
Well, you have to get the initial stat rolls when you craft the item, and then when you re-roll a stat, it rolls randomly, and you get to pick which one you want. So it's still kind of a double roll.
Yeah,
It's just more in Division. You have more choices. But I think this is. I'm sorry, I'm completely derailing. We have a
I
schedule.
know.
we have
I just
stick
want to throw in one thing quick. The thing is with Destiny, you get a one-time roll. Like it's a
there's no
one-time
reroll
thing.
option
With
either.
the crafting in Division, you can do it multiple times as long as you have the materials to do it.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
it makes it you're more likely to get what you want like that. You don't have to wait for it to drop every time.
you also just know exactly what you're getting.
That-
Like, you know, like, as far as the weapon and what it does.
Yeah, you know what the weapon's going to look like when you make it.
Yeah.
As for everything else about it, that's completely random.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
Yeah.
how- and
so
well,
character creation.
But
Okay.
so hold on. So the environment's a lot more interesting than Destiny, and I really actually really enjoy the environments in the Division. I don't know if you've ever taken the moment to like shoot the window, like shoot a car window.
I've done happy faces.
I've done many times.
It clips, like it clumps out. Like that's so the detail in that game is crazy. The way the headlights pop.
Absolutely. The fact
when
that
you shoot
I
them.
shot through like a pottery cement block and like I could see through it, I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Like it might not look as good as it did at the E3 demo, but they kept that detail.
but what does?
But a lot of people will like Watch Dogs didn't look as good, and also didn't keep any of the detail they promised in the
Borderlands did. I'm just saying.
game. It's cell shaded, man.
yeah.
Oh
It's
wow,
easier.
that's an excuse now, isn't it?
No, it's different. But the environmental effects, all that kind of stuff, the gameplay itself, like shooting, moving, is very satisfying.
Right.
Once you get the controls are different than other games. They're not bad controls; they're just different. And once you get used to it, you're solid.
Yeah. And never
It
having
did
been,
take me a while to get used to those controls.
Yeah,
pretty
of course.
easy.
They're very to me. They're fine, but I play a lot of Tom Clancy third person shooters. Like I
Yeah.
played Ghost Recon and stuff, so it wasn't totally foreign to me. And I really enjoyed how. So a lot of people had problems with the UI, and I didn't see a problem with it generally.
it,
The only problem was with the glitches that it
I
had.
think
we
this
can
is
get
this is a later
more
discussion.
stuff.
Okay,
Because
okay.
we gotta come on.
All right,
we gotta
all
go.
right.
Never
Go
having
ahead.
been to New York, I feel like I've been to New York.
Well, I've been
That's
to
my
New York, and you have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like it's
It's pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
It's right there.
but
okay.
character creation.
Yeah.
So
Can I lead off?
you could
You
lead
can go
off.
ahead.
It's shit.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like,
All right, you're done.
generic white boy number 1, random Asian girl number 3, old Russian lady. Like that's your choices.
I was honestly surprised when I went through like the faces.
Yeah.
To be fair, like each face has its own hairstyle that you can pick through that are exclusive to the face that you choose. So that's pretty cool.
But you wouldn't know that unless you go and click through every damn face.
Yeah,
There's no way to tell that.
I think like it's a Tom Clancy game, so like you're never gonna get past like it's a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Everyone looks the same. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And-
Like my character right now at level 30 looks the exact same as he did at level 1.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that. So
I
hold on,
absolutely
actually,
hate it.
I have a question.
No, but before you get
What
into
do you
that
wanna
question,
be-
leading back to the character
No,
creation.
that's my question. So
right?
are we going to include aesthetic apparel into character creation?
Sure.
What do you mean?
Like the loot, that's aesthetic only. No.
Appearance stuff.
Yeah, the appearance stuff. Do you include?
Oh,
that?
I was talking just about like your base character
I know,
creation,
but-
like make your face.
Yeah.
But do you want to include that too? Because technically, that's still,
Okay, yeah. Talking about that, like I like the outlandish, crazy items. So like right now, my guy's wearing like a beanie with a puffball on it,
I love
and
it.
I'm wearing
Same.
like a bright pink jacket.
I can't find any good colors. Like all
All the good jackets, you need to like, collect all the
maybe.
collectibles. That's it.
I've got all the collectibles.
But I mean, that's it, right? Like, I'm not a fan of I don't like. My guy's a soldier. I don't want him to look like a soldier.
Right.
I'm not going to spend the $5, $7 Canadian just to make him look like an army man. He already is an army man. I don't like, and when I play online modes, because I do play a lot, I do the challenge mode like quite a bit. Everyone I see looks the same. And I know that's like that just comes with the territory, but for me, for somebody that grew up playing like these loot collection based games, a big part of it is making your guy look like a badass.
So, I have a point to make about that.
Meanwhile, I'm running around with a pink jacket and like a
Yeah,
beanie,
right. You wouldn't do it anyway, even if you could.
That's true.
But so I agree with you to that extent, like making them look like a badass, and they're not all the outfits are very different. Like they have like trendy winter boots and normal winter boots, which is like
Yeah.
a slight
Hiking
color
boots.
change.
It's like, wow, thank you.
But so I guess my point about that is I hate you played The Witcher, right? Do you remember when you had a really good gear set and it looked really cool, and then you got to drop another gear set that was way better than your
I remember
gear set?
when I had a really good Gwent deck. That was fantastic.
But
he didn't play Witcher. He played Gwent.
did he really not? Did you not beat the game?
No, I actually spent like legitimately 10 hours in the starting tavern playing Gwent.
Did you not? Did you not get any further than that?
I got to no.
Okay, so you know when you're playing Witcher and you have the items that are like you have a really good gear set, it looks really cool, like the wolf armor or something crazy like
Right.
that. And then you get another piece of armor that's way better, but it looks like a pillow.
Yeah.
But it looks stupid. So what I'm getting to is that the Division doesn't let that happen because those items don't
They're
affect
separate.
your gear.
But to get around that, most of the times those items aren't the items you stick with. Everyone, and it's the way the games are built. Everyone eventually trickles up to like that one item set.
Yeah, but then
Until the next
everyone
one
looks the
comes
same.
out.
Just like when you
I
played
know.
WoW, high level WoW, everyone looked
But
the
at
same.
least those typically look good.
I don't think the items looks bad necessarily.
But see, I like it that they have it separate though. So you have your gear, like you barely can tell what's there, but then you have your actual clothing where everybody's gonna have a different type of style, even though there's not too much variation.
Yeah.
Like they still can have look slightly different. So if all they need to do is just add more into it. So maybe I don't know.
But I mean, what more are they really going to add? Because like they already said they're not going to do crazy stuff. Like you're not going to see people running around with banana suits. They said like it's going to fit the universe.
Yeah.
And Tom Clancy's universe is
Soldiers,
us,
yeah.
right? Like yeah, you might have here's like a light green windbreaker. Ooh, $12.99 on the eShop.
What about
Like,
some
But
of
I'm okay with that.
No, some of the bosses where they look huge, like it's all the gear they're wearing. So I'm wondering maybe they can give you something like that, so where you can actually look like a giant like bull, essentially, almost like it's just like you look huge.
maybe, but
like a balaclava or something like that. Like,
yeah, but
Maybe,
still,
yeah.
it's just-
But see, there's so many different variations that would fit into the world that they just don't have.
yeah, there's also real world clothes that you can get.
Yeah.
changed.
Well, I mean, it is fair to say Ubisoft has a 1-year plan with this game, so more stuff is coming.
Yeah.
right. But like, I just like, is that more stuff just going to be like
I'm sure they're gonna release
here's a
packs.
beanie
that-
with 2 palms on? it.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they're gonna release packs that are inspired by Assassin's Creed or something like that, like or Watch Dogs inspired gear packs.
Watch
that they
Dogs,
always
I
do.
could
Watch Dogs
see.
would probably fit because
Watch
that's
Dogs
just
would fit.
Yeah, but they
trench coat.
think about BioShock. They did the what's it called? The Dragon Age inspired armor from Mass Effect.
That's true.
Okay, so it could be inspired
but again,
by.
this is
yeah.
Tom Clancy.
No, I see what he's saying. It's
Doesn't-
inspired by, but it still.
I know,
fits
but it's
into the
still a
world.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
a Ubisoft title, so they could do whatever they want, in theory.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, but
That'd be cool. Though. I'd be down. You look a badass coat.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, they have the Booker costume, and that's like really it
for
for in
Broker
Division.
costume?
Yeah, whatever. I never played
do?
that game.
The broker pants are nice. They're tight.
They are.
broker. Okay, yeah.
Because it's stockbroker.
Yeah.
That's a really weird one though, and the sports one's kind of weird too.
Yeah, see, those don't, you wouldn't think they would fit, but those are just regular people clothing, right? Like,
I think I prefer that though. Actually, I think the fact that your character looks like a regular person is kind of like the point.
So speaking of your character being a regular person, let's go into the story.
Sure.
Okay.
So basically, world goes to shit.
Yeah.
Division, secret train,
Spoilers,
regular
by the way.
people. Yeah, this is going to be full spoilers.
Yeah.
That wasn't spoilers.
We're talking about moving on though.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about like up until the final boss.
So we're gonna give you guys a count of 3 to get if you don't like spoilers.
2, 3.
Go ahead.
Cool. Anyway, so Division, someone, Amherst, makes a virus and contaminates the money on Boxing Day, infects Manhattan. He brings back smallpox. Which, if you don't know, is really, really bad.
Yeah, it's real bad.
It's probably one of the worst diseases ever made.
Yeah. It's like, polio.
Society crumbles, and the Division, which are everyday people that were trained by the government, sleeper agents, are activated to go fix everything.
Yeah.
I like that you are not the chosen one with a magical gun of Agravar sent into the Badlands to purge the world. You are just like...
You're not Neo?
You don't even know who you are.
That's true.
You could be a garbage man that's like, all right, time to go.
Yeah, see, but that's kind of annoying, where I kind of wish they actually gave your character a voice, regardless if you pick a boy or a girl, but you still have a voice. Even though you're like just a generic person, I still want to hear your character talking.
I think the point of that, though, is because it's an MMO, you have to feel like you're everyone.
It's the Link syndrome. Like, you are the character.
I know, but it's like, it would feel more immersive if they added that.
Yeah,
Did you think that in Fallout 3?
But see... Well, no, Fallout 3, your guy does...
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't he not?
No, only Fallout 4.
Okay, well, I don't know, it just didn't feel right, because it had cutscenes in a way where it looks like they're talking directly to your guy, and he's just like...
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do anything.
It's like, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Vice City. No, sorry, GTA 3.
Yeah, the cutscenes in the game are well done.
Yeah.
But it's like you sitting there listening to the guy behind the desk, and then Lau comes in and speaks for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's like, let me talk.
It kind of reminds me of when you play, like, the old Need for Speeds. And, like, it's from the first-person, like, film thing, and your guy obviously doesn't talk.
Right.
And everyone just, like, talks, and, like, why is this guy not talking? Like, what?
I just thought why it does work for Fallout 3, because you actually have choice of what
That's
to
exactly,
say.
yeah, I said that. I said that and realized that's why.
Yeah. So if they had that even, that might make it better, even though it wouldn't affect the story.
Yeah.
What were your opinions, for you, I guess, up to what you played? What were your opinions on this overall storyline and the story missions themselves?
Okay.
So... Do you want me to go first? I know a little.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please. Yeah, because you could start off.
Yeah,
you have
I know the least, right?
It's probably still fresh in your mind.
So I really enjoy, like I said before, the world's really interesting, right? The theory behind how it happens, really well thought out.
I really like that everything's like an eternal Christmas.
Isn't that so creepy?
Completely wrong.
How creepy is that? Like, you're walking around like...
That one mission in the shopping mall where the Christmas tree is on fire, you're like, all right, let's go.
And you feel like you're saving the Christmas. Like, that's... Like, your hero story is way better when you save Christmas.
Music is playing in the background while like guys with flamethrowers are coming after you.
It's
that is cool.
Yeah, it's so good.
Can I just point out one thing? Why are the flamethrower guys snipers?
Why is there... Yeah, it's the longest
Those flamethrowers have
beam.
range.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry, continue.
No, you're right. Absolutely. So yeah, that part of it is really good. In the environment and the way they tell stories through the environment. So like, I felt like the main storyline was kind of like, so far it's kind of like meh. Like, it's good and the setting is good and everything else about it is good. But the interesting parts are the echoes, and when you go do side missions and you have to go find secret agents and find missing people, and you get to hear those little stories.
It's just world building, and
they
what
they do
happens.
a really good job in environmental storytelling. Actually,
absolutely.
I think Ubisoft in general does a really good job in environmental storytelling. The main story is like okay, but generally like everything else about the world's awesome.
When the collectibles are like actually like here's what happened before you got here, composed to like here's a feather.
Yeah, way better.
That's
way better.
I will take that 100
A plus Ubisoft.
Yeah. Good job.
Do you remember the lags?
No, I don't. I suppressed that. I have that platinum. I suppressed
flags.
From
I need
from Assassin's Creed 2, like the little sticky things.
I just remember the feathers.
The feathers was one.
Okay,
There's
sure.
another one. What did you think of the story?
I like it. It's just the fact that when you go and do it, it doesn't give you a direct line of what to do first. So it kind of has everything overlapping back and forth depending on how you do it. So like you can do a medical wing mission, a tech mission, or a security mission.
Oh, but these aren't the story missions. These are just the missions that are out in the world.
But see not the encounters. Like each mission.
I mean, like the leveled story mission. Like this is recommended level 8. This is recommended level 10.
What are you talking about?
There are different missions.
The
that
story
are
missions.
story, like where Lau shows up and tells you what's up. There's different missions.
I know they're different missions, but it's just like they don't feel like it just feels like extra stuff there. It doesn't
The
feel
story?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it feels like it could be a side mission completely. Like
I think that's the whole point, though.
This was my initial complaint that, like, the game, getting up to level 30, going through the main story, it's incredibly repetitive. At least in my opinion.
It is, but... So go ahead.
Like, when I first got... Like, after you first get to Manhattan and you first get into that initial zone, I completely forgot what it's called. But I don't
Cam
care.
Hudson?
Thank you. Like, I was walking around, I'm like, things are popping up all over the map. I'm like, cool, I got Witcher flashback. So I go, go down into this underground sewer, and I activate a water pipe, and I have to defend that. I'm like, all right. So I defend that. I leave. I picked a new one. Go back into that underground sewer. I'm like, okay, there's something here. I'm like, I leave. I pick the next thing. Back into the sewer. Like, I said, that sewer took up 2 hours of my time.
Yeah.
And then, like, as I progress on, I'm like, defend water pipe. I'm like, okay. So I go, and it's the same sewer
those are the
in a different
those are the
zone.
encounters.
Now, the story missions are great. The set pieces in the story missions, when stuff is going down in the story missions, like, you're underground in the subway system, and like stuff is exploding because you just attacked the cleaner's napalm base, and like everything's falling down. Right? That's cool, but it just comes down to okay, go into this open room, hide behind cover, fight the waves.
You know,
and I understand that's the nature of the game, and it does those mechanics very well. It's fun, right? It is fun. I was hesitant going in, but it's fun to do. But when, like, that's the whole thing, and you don't really introduce much more besides this boss has a shotgun, this boss has a really high-range flamethrower.
Or sniper.
Right?
literally across the map.
The only thing, and I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, the final boss of the game, he's in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You get to fight the helicopter.
That was really
That's
fun.
cool because, like, all right, now you have to worry about aerial bombardments. Now you have, like, ads coming. Now it's like, if you can get to the turrets and activate them, you get a turret on your team. That's, like, really the first
That gets
instance
blown up 2 seconds later.
Yeah, well, it does, like, pretty good armor damage.
Yeah.
But that's, like, the first instance of, all right, here's something different. Like, it's not just shoot this boss in the face. You
Okay.
need to be aware of your surroundings. And, unfortunately, it came, like, right at the end.
Yeah, but
And then but hold on.
Okay.
The next thing that you do right after that is Dark Zone, which is just NPCs and people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't get something like that. Now, I do know that incursions are coming, and I do know that you get to fight
Are those-
a tank
are
in one of
those
the
the
incursions. Maybe
Consider
there's
raids?
strikes,
Instances, I think.
Strikes?
Yeah, there are instances.
right?
Okay, but see, the helicopter could just be an introduction for what they're going to do, like the strikes,
Oh no,
raids,
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But my problem is
The
I
rest
can't
of
do
it.
that now.
So
Right
Yeah,
now,
okay.
I'm done.
So my point, I guess, I have a few rebuttals. Just that's kind of the nature of video games. Like when you think about a video game, if you break down a video game to what its core essentials are,
Like if you look at
a first-person shooter is you walk through a corridor,
Oh, no,
you
no.
shoot the people, and then you get to the end of the level.
I completely agree. A video game, in essence, is the same 30-second activity over and over.
yeah,
As long as it's a fun
As
activity,
long as it's
no
a
one
fun
cares.
activity, it's fun. And I had fun. It was just like it became painfully aware that it was very repetitive. Like when I got to 30 and I cleared out the map, and you have like a checklist of everything. The game does a fantastic job of keeping track.
Yeah.
I'm looking through everything. I'm like, I have no memory of any of these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think
they're all the same.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
very
I
similar.
was
think
memorable.
it did what Assassin's Creed does really well and give you incentive. You didn't play Syndicate, but what Syndicate did really well and give you incentive to clear out a map and make you
Yeah.
remember why you cleared it out. Except it didn't do the last part. It gave you incentive to clear out the map because you really wanted the gear is cool.
The goal is- yeah.
The loot drop is a cool system that you want to get better at, right? And that's the hook. But there's no story incentive
Actually,
to keep going.
the reason I got all the collectibles was because there is story attached to those collectibles.
Yes, this is what I was going to say. I don't want to compare to Destiny again. That's what this whole fucking thing's going to be for me. But, like, the side missions and the story for Destiny, at least in, vanilla,
Yeah.
was just bullshit. Like, it was just Dinklebot talking over you, telling you this guy's bad, and then you have to go shoot a guy in the face. Like, these side stories tell you more of a story and a more interesting story and give you more of an incentive
Right.
to do things than
But
most other side stories in
again,
games.
it was go to this area, speak to this one person who's running the area. They give you 3 or 4 quests. Go do the quests, which are
that's
almost
The
all the
same
same.
3 or 4 quests
Yeah.
that you do in every single zone in the same.
Like there
Pieces,
was
yeah.
maybe one that
Right.
was different for every zone.
Well,
Yeah.
the best different mission was the bounty hunter missions for those ones.
Those ones were good.
yeah, no, but see, up until halfway through the main game, I was doing the same ones: go save the civilians, do this, do that. But then they started adding the attack the stronghold, and I was like, I don't remember doing this before.
You didn't.
Like, yeah, I know that's why. So I
Yeah, but then it just turned out
It
being
did-
clear out the room.
But eventually, it was like
I've done.
but there was bosses,
The only
sort of
the
in there.
only one side mission that I remember. Remember when like it's one of those medical wing things, and you have to activate the virus scanners,
Yeah.
and you have to find them in the room. one part like later on. I think it's like either the last zone the last district or the second last.
Okay.
You're in a shopping mall, and there's one hidden behind like a fence.
That's the one that
and you're like, how the hell do I get to this?
Because that one actually made you think you had to go turn on a generator,
you had to go
open
down
the doors,
into the
go through
basement,
the elevators,
flip the power,
and do everything. And
but it was the last one.
I know, but that was
like,
that was amazing.
Where was this throughout the entire
If they could have
game?
made that throughout everything,
all the other ones are done on buildings, and all the buildings are going to be the same.
But they could have been like, go find a key, go like. I don't know.
Manhattan's been ruined. A wall could have caved down. You have to find a way around.
Find a bomb to blow up this wall to get through to the other side or something like that.
Bomb.
You have grenades.
Yes, that's
no, but I'm saying like because
there is destructible terrain in the game.
No, but there's one mission where
take it one step further.
You have to go get C4 first. I think it's the last mission of the game where you have to get C4 to blow open a wall. So yeah, get one of those as for a side mission. Say like, okay, here you need to find this C4 in order to blow open this wall to get through to the other side to activate that.
It just comes down to like I would have loved to have more variety.
So you don't want more. You don't want more mission variety. You want more execution in that mission variety.
No, I would love to have both. I would love to have a mission.
I think that you run the. It's really hard to do that with the type of gameplay it is. It's not an adventure game. It's not like Uncharted. It's third.
I would have loved to see, and this is coming from me, like a stealth mission.
Yeah,
going from cover to cover, because when you run from cover to cover, you don't make that much noise. Enemies don't notice.
But the thing is, you know what I hate?
You can pull that off in that game.
You know what I hate though? Snipe anything you put a silencer on doesn't matter if it has a silencer or not.
Depends on how good of a silencer it is.
Really? Because every time, it doesn't matter how good of a silencer I have, whatever I use, they hear it immediately. Even if I one-shot a guy, the next guy...
Well, if you one-shot a guy and he falls, you're going to make
when you put a silencer on an automatic machine gun...
No, it's just a sniper. It's a sniper. I shoot him once, and then he drops. The guy 20, 30 feet away is like, even not like around the corner.
A 200-pound guy dropping, you're going to hear it.
Well, he's not 200 pounds.
He's probably 200
He's probably way more with all the flamethrower repellent he's
wearing. Yeah, okay, but I'm like, I would like it where... I would like it where sometimes I can affect it, or better yet, takedowns. If I can sneak up behind a guy and take him down instead of just punching him.
So now this is just going to become like, it would become Gears of War. Like, think about, did you play Gears of War?
No.
Damn it, guys.
I played it.
Okay, so what was the mission variety in Gears of War?
Go in, kill monsters, save.
Fun was Gears of War.
It was very fun.
But when did Gears of War come out?
But that's every game. Like, if you look Legend of Zelda.
That's all games.
I know, Legend of Zelda, go in. Swing your sword but figure out a puzzle.
In defense,
done.
Every but figure out the puzzle is a big thing.
That's why
not everyone cares about puzzles.
No, I understand that.
But puzzles are the only thing that can make a game different in variety. So if a game doesn't have puzzles in it, it's not going to be different.
Well, puzzle can be anything. Puzzle can be how you fight a guy too. Like, so technically, you could say that Gears of War had a puzzle because you had a guy that ran at you and you had to figure out how to beat him. And he was indestructible. You couldn't actually kill him. So you had to figure out how to beat him.
Every good boss has a mechanic that
so
you have to figure out.
The helicopter. I think use the turrets.
Ubisoft is not
a helicopter. Shoot it.
Ubisoft doesn't make boss battles. Have you played an Assassin's Creed game? How terrible are those end missions boss battles?
Usually it's just jump from the ceiling and
or spam attack until you beat the last boss because he knows you're coming. Like, it's not. They're not boss battles.
No, but the helicopter one, it was like you could. Like, I've tried. You couldn't take down the armor unless you use the turrets. I'm pretty sure.
I can.
Well, now.
But anyway.
But I'm pretty, like, for the first time you do it, you can't do it unless you use the turrets to take down each bar of armor. And the last bar you take down yourself.
No, I mean, well, that's a good, like, you can take it down yourself.
It just takes forever.
Like, you want those turrets.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good thing. It's like, here's an option on how to beat it.
Yeah.
We didn't, like, that's
I just
the first
think
time and the last time.
Ubisoft's focus was world building, and I think they did a really good job.
I think we need to make this clear. And I do this, like, this is my fault, because I also do this. It's not Ubisoft, it's Massive.
You're
Ubisoft
right.
is a publisher.
You're right. Yeah,
Even though I'm sure that they control everything behind the scenes, it is Massive.
Yes, but
they're owned by Ubisoft.
They're publisher. They're publishers, so they,
Right, but I'm just saying. Some of the blame could go to Massive. We don't have to just keep.
We just say Ubisoft. Well, you do at least because it's easier. I guess.
I hate them. But anyway,
don't listen to them.
Should we move on to the endgame content?
Yeah.
Because
if I have anything else to say about that, I'll bring it up later.
So the endgame content boils down to your 2 dailies that you get, which again aren't that difficult, and then the one challenge mode. Challenge mode is difficult, but it's the same missions that you've done.
Yeah.
And when I say more difficult, I mean like the enemies can one shot you.
It's like defeated in 2 minutes or something, right? Like,
no, it's just the enemies take there was one guy, it was like one of those armored SMG guys.
Yeah.
4 people with an auto rifle pouring a clip after clip into this guy. We barely took down his armor.
Wow.
Like these enemies are really strong, and there's a lot of them. Okay. And that's what the challenge mode is.
This game is hard. Let's just go on and like this game is not an easy game.
I like it. Makes
Like,
it more. I think that makes it
and
more fun.
The enemies are smart. They push you. They flank you. Like they know they're not dumb AI.
If you
AI.
don't play like a cover-based shooter, you're
done.
done.
But even if you do, they will come at your cover. Like,
They'll
you
flank
need to
you.
move. Yeah,
they
you
like
need to
know
move.
where you are.
Oh, yeah.
especially in the dark zone.
No, see,
Yeah,
especially okay. I noticed that specifically when I do main missions, just regular for the first time. I'll be shooting a guy like they'll stay back for the most part in the dark zone. They'll like either side come up from behind.
Oh, I had
you
people.
and-
I had people coming forward at me on main
I
missions
didn't.
too.
Maybe I just killed them too quick. I don't know. But
Oh, sorry, you're too good.
No.
Jeez, man.
But
Get this guy out of here.
all right, it's okay. We'll do that in post editing.
yeah,
But, so when it comes to
Floating
like
body.
like already I'm at the point where like the 15 Phoenix credits that you get from finishing the daily, like I don't care about them. The 30 that you get from doing challenge mode, I do kind of care about them, but the amount of time it takes to clear out one of those, especially when you get a group of people that A, are under gear, or B, you do a complete raid. I'm calling them raids now because my brain just snapped
Incursion?
from pure anger. No, you do the challenge mode.
the challenge mode.
And then the group leader kicks everyone right at the end to invite his friends.
really?
So because of that, I don't
Wow.
join groups. I host my own.
That's a
That's
shitty
that-
game.
fuck.
That has happened to me.
Tell me they're
so
patching
many
that.
times. They
That-
can't.
that shit-
Like, what are you gonna do?
You
have
create a
some.
penalty. You don't let them get the gear if you boot people.
Well, what if you have someone who's AFK and you need to get rid of them? Or what if
But
you
that
have
should be
somebody
a
that goes
group-
on open mic and just
that
starts swearing?
that should be a group vote, not
I
a
agree.
one person thing.
But then, like, there's only 4 people in the group.
Yeah, so the
you
other
only
three-
need 1 other people if that other person's AFK and the other person's a part of it, right? Like, it's.
Yeah.
I understand why it's a problem. It's infuriating,
That's
but it is a
ridiculous.
problem. But so, like, for me, like, I don't really care about doing that. So my only other avenue currently at the time of this recording is to go into the dark zone, and the dark zone is a horrible, horrible grind.
It
You
is.
fight enemies, and it doesn't matter like if you're fighting enemies in Dark Zone 1 or Dark Zone 6. You're going to get 115, 130 EXP. It takes a long time to level up.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, one of the most interesting mechanics, in my opinion, is like going rogue in the Dark Zone. I made jokes. I'm like, when we get this game, I'm killing all of you. I shouldn't be doing that. Because the game penalty, like anything happens to you, you lose so much. When you get higher up in ranks in the Dark Zone, if you go rogue and you get killed, you lose what is the equivalent of over 2 hours of experience. They will butcher you. And
Like,
grinding
I'm glad they
up there
did that.
takes a
Is
long
that
time.
just for going rogue or just dying in general? Because like when I
Going
die,
rogue.
I lose experience.
When you go
money,
rogue, you
keys,
lose
etc.
more experience than if you were to just
Regular.
be killed regularly.
Okay.
But the problem with that, and now I have a story, is that it's really easy to get people to go rogue by just walking in front of them and
That's
letting them
true.
shoot you. And then you get to vindicate. So I had someone come up to me. This is fair for story time now.
Here we go.
I had someone come up to me. I was just grinding the Dark Zone, and he sent me a party invite. I'm like, cool. I could use the help. So it's like I join him. We clear out some mobs, and he puts a waypoint on the map. I'm like, all right, let's go see what he wants to do. He leads me, and this should have been my first clue. He leads me into a back alley, and I'm like, there might be a chest back here.
Never
and then
follow men
There
to
are
back
2
alley.
people waiting in the back, and we do like that Mexican standout
I love
thing.
that.
Didn't your parents
as an
teach you not to
aside,
go
I love
with
that.
strangers?
That moment when you're just all standing there like,
Oh
Like
shit!
what's going to happen,
Well,
right? Because
who's
you don't
gonna-
know anyone's armor value or anything, right?
Yeah.
So, but then the guy on my team shoots them and runs away. And the 2 of them, because if somebody in your party shoots another player, everyone goes rogue
Yeah.
in the party. So I go rogue, he leaves, and his 2 friends, because I know they were working together, butcher me.
Yeah,
And I
I think
lost
that exact
everything.
thing happened to me.
It's like and I kind of like this. The worst part of it is like I find this interesting because
because
like,
it creates
people are
it's kind of like
crafty.
Grand Theft Auto.
It
It creates like a real world mechanic. As
No,
it
but
could
it's a
be.
suspension thing. It's like, okay, well, who's gonna pull the trigger
like
first?
this
Like somebody's
is a
gonna do
really
it.
cool idea, but
It's just a Grand Theft Auto.
there's no
annoying as hell.
reason for me to do it.
No. If you do survive that, I think you get a shit ton of experience.
You don't.
You don't?
You just get to keep whatever you kill. Or you get to keep like whatever you loot from them.
Well, probably-
but like their loot, unless they're carrying like 9 high-end weapons,
Yeah.
isn't worth the risk of you losing
it's
3
crap.
hours of your time.
Yeah, usually it's crap.
right? Like there's no point. Like why would you want to do
It might be.
other
It might be a
just to
more
grief
important
people?
mechanic later on.
Yeah,
Like
they
as
might.
better things get included. into
Right,
the
but see,
Dark Zone.
my rebuttal to that is
Why
why
is it
not
not
just
now?
have it in the game?
Yeah, but
Right, like the Dark Zone, back when this game was announced at E3, that was like the big selling point, right?
Yeah.
Like the
That's-
tension.
In all honesty, that was like the thing I
to
didn't
be
care
fair,
about.
And now
I
it's
think
like,
it's a very good.
Who cares?
Like way to implement multiplayer.
Absolutely, I think it's fun and the idea behind it
Yeah.
is cool. But right now, there's no reason to do it other than to grind first level 30 and get your initial upgrades, and then to level 50 to get the high end.
But 99 is the cap, I think.
Yeah, but there's not like once you get past level 50,
Yeah,
there's
there's
nothing.
nothing there.
And like that's when the punishment kicks in.
For now.
Well, yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, that's when the punishment kicks in. Once you hit level 50, if you go rogue, then you lose a level per death.
But see, I thought it just reduces your experience that you've gathered in that level. Like, I don't think if you're 50,
it'll send you back.
It sends you back to, like, 49, let's say?
They'll send you back to, like, 40.
Oh, shit.
And that's the problem, right? There's no real...
I feel like it should lock in once you get to that level.
Well, no, it kind of works like... You guys ever played Halo online?
A little bit.
Halo, if you lost your level. You lost your experience by losing matches. So it's kind of so it made it a good reason to play team-based multiplayer, because if your team lost a match, you lost experience.
Yeah, a lot of games kind of do that. Like, you can go down in levels. Like, it's
I don't know many games that do that. A lot of them baby kids and be like, oh, don't worry, kids, you're prestige level 8, you're fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, like...
But see, it should just lock into your level once you're there, because like that's
the
a lot
point of the
work.
risk.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you
keep in mind, 50% of those Dark Zone ranks are useless.
Yeah, but you're saying going rogue, right? That reduces it.
Well, there's
if you just die by like AI multiple times, and you're like, let's say you only have 100 experience filled in the next bar.
Well,
if you lose that 100 experience, 101, do you go back to the previous level?
Yeah, you
got
drop
killed by
down.
AI.
Yeah, it doesn't. If you lose your experience, then you lose it. But there are different levels of going rogue.
I know.
There's like 5 levels of rogue. If you get up to level 5, it becomes a manhunt. And if you die when there's a manhunt on you, you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
You restart. Like, you lose so much, it's just not worth it.
But see, that's the thing. You're doing it alone. If you do it with 4 people, it might make it better.
Yeah, but still, what's the point? Like, we're not gonna it doesn't matter if you're in a group.
Some people
you could still die.
Some people like the hunt.
No, I'm Michael Caine.
Some people like the hunt. They want to be
understand
hunted.
that, but even if you are in a group, you could still die very easily.
Oh yeah,
and then you're still going to lose 3 hours of your time.
People find that part fun, though. I don't personally. I'm with you on it, but
so like right now, in my opinion, the end game just isn't. It's not there. At least what is there, you could do relatively quickly, because every challenge mode that you do complete, you're guaranteed a high-end item.
Right. Really?
Yeah, like 100%. It's probably going to be horrible.
I haven't tried challenge mode yet, so I need to try that.
So that's my rant on endgame content.
Okay, personally, like I've only done it a little bit. It's a pain in the ass to do it alone, because I didn't step foot in the Dark Zone until I was level 30. So I walked in, killed one guy, got 2 levels immediately, and I killed like 5-6 guys. I was level 6 or 7.
Yeah, getting up to like level 10, you can do that.
I was in like 10 minutes.
4 minutes, not even.
Yeah. So then, but now I'm like level 15 or something. It takes a little bit longer, but it's still going fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But it's still a pain in the ass, because I'll fight one guy, I'll think there's one guy, and then 8 more come running from down the street, and I'm like, I'm dead, because they're all yellow health or purple. Well, everything's purple health, but there's a lot of yellow health. So like, especially if you're in an area where it's a landmark, there's like, you have the main boss guy plus 4 other yellow health guys, and then like 8 other purples, and I'm alone, so I can't really do much.
Yeah.
Not to mention that they surround you. I hate you.
No, you don't.
I know.
But yeah.
Is
there anything else that we should talk about?
Future stuff, incursions. What do you think?
I have no idea.
Exactly. What do you think it's gonna be like?
I think it's just gonna be like a regular story mission, but like, we've seen, it's like they have like a gear rating, right? 150 is like, unless things change, obviously, but like 150 is a gear rating that you need to get into the first incursion.
Yeah.
This stat does not exist in the game. I don't know what my gear rating is.
I don't know.
I assume, hopefully, I have all high end. Even my mods are high end. So, like, my gear better be above 150, or I'm going to have serious problems that I need to bring up to Massive and Ubisoft, right? But, you know, it's, what are you looking forward to in the game? Like, they set it up for a sequel. The way the game ends, it's like he escapes. I'm sorry, spoilers. He escapes with the 3D bioprinter. He has like all the formulas of Amherst.
Yeah,
and he runs away.
No, but that's clearly,
he can do whatever he wants.
Clearly, that's meant for expansion stuff, not sequels.
Well, we don't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Like, look, the map, it shows there's a top and bottom section.
Division 2.
Do you not remember
Central Park?
But do you not remember?
Just Central
the E3
Park.
trailer when they had all the maps unlocked with multiple dark zones? That's just gonna be expansion packs. For
but
sure.
there's an E3 trailer.
Yeah, no, but I guarantee the North and South are 2 separate expansions packs.
They are going to be adding more to the game.
Yeah,
at least they better.
They're going to give you Brooklyn again, probably.
Okay, I don't know if you knew about this, but you know you can glitch out of the map into like other area that actually has stuff there still that you're not supposed to access yet. I've done it.
People do that, yeah.
Well, but I mean, like I'll walk in around an area and it says nearby echo discovered, and I'm like, you don't see the echo there, so I'm like, Okay, so something's
Yeah,
gonna
no, we know
show
we're
up
getting
here.
like more expansions, and I'm
Yeah.
excited for those. Like,
But it's out of maps, so I guarantee those maps open up.
I think like for this game, and I'm having fun with it. There are still like my build is not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going with a high crit chance, high crit damage build, like one shot everything pretty much. But like it's in my opinion, this game is going to turn out to be for me what Destiny is. Like I'm going to play so much when new stuff comes out, but like once I'm done, and that's okay because now I have Division and now I have Destiny
So
to
you
go
can
back
switch
to.
back
My
and forth,
problem with
whenever new stuff
Destiny
comes out.
was not the system to which it got you to go back and forth from it. My problem was it promised space adventure RPG, and it gave me a corridor shooter.
You know what
with
you were
loot
thinking
drops.
of? You're thinking of Mass Effect. That's what you were.
That's what
hoping.
they are. That's what they sold
I know.
me on.
All right, this is not a Destiny discussion.
But the comparisons are there, and they have to be
I
made.
agree.
Yeah.
No, of course.
And so it's unavoidable. Like
Yeah.
they're the same kind of game, except I think one does it better. Not from a gameplay. I think Destiny's shoot mechanics are really, really good.
Well, it's
I
a
just feel like
punchy,
the world mechanics, and I haven't done the end-game content yet, so I can't speak to that. But just the way the actual missions throughout the game are, there's more of them. The world looks different.
It feels more natural, I think. Like, it doesn't feel like...
Like I'm going in a big circle?
Yeah, especially every map in Destiny is a circle. Like, to be fair, every area, or most areas, not every area, in Division look very similar.
But it's New York City. Like
I know.
They don't write themselves into a hole. They're like, this is New York
This is
City.
New York. You can't avoid
It pretty much is
looking
going to
like-
look almost the same. Just some places are
but
more
I mean,
ghetto
that's
and some
world
places are less
building because,
ghetto.
like in the lore, Central Park is dug up and turned into a mass grave. Like
Yeah.
if we ever get there, it's going to look different.
Did you see
Oh,
the
yeah.
one? You walk by Massgrave in the first mission.
The one that's like underground.
Yeah, you see
That's-
all the
it's pretty
coffins,
bad.
all the coffins covered in the American flags. So they're dead
first
soldiers.
mission?
Yeah, no, the world
I don't
building is
remember
great.
that.
Like in like you see children crying. Like there's one of the
in your
safe houses.
base
There's like
too,
a mother like praying at a shrine.
What about the bar safe house? And everyone's like kind of like singing and dancing.
Yeah,
having a more good
like
time.
I was like by the shore
Oh.
and like there are 2 pairs of shoes on the dock. I'm like, oh
Really?
man,
Oh,
yeah,
they're
like
dark.
it's dark,
Yeah.
right? Like the world is
Okay,
dark.
I want to bring up survival guides first of all, which connect to echoes. For the survival guides, all written by the character April Keller, I think. I can 100% see if they wanted to, they can make a totally separate game based off of Division
Well,
where
it's
you
Tom
play.
Clancy. You're gonna get a novel,
I want to read the shit
I think
out
it's
of that.
already a novel. First of all,
probably.
okay, but
read that.
no, but April Keller, like the way they bring you through her entire story through the game, like they show you like how she progresses. For the most part, like you fill in some blanks.
Yeah.
But she meets like these people. She's writing out these survival guides, and you're like following her story, and even looking at the echoes, and you see she meets up with the main bad guy at the end, and then they just cross paths. But I'm like, that could be a totally separate game based off of Division, but it's story based, like not really shooter based. It's meant for like a kind of Until Dawn type of deal where it's very story driven.
I think you give me like a 6-hour version only story for
But
like
that's what it would-
$30, $40.
That's what that would be.
It's
You
a
play as
third-person
April
shooter,
Keller.
but just
It'll just be an add-on.
I'd be okay with that
could
still.
be.
DLC expansion.
But that would be
or
kind of weird. It's like
sequel,
go from
whatever.
shooter, and then you go play as a person who doesn't shoot or anything. Maybe they use a gun once.
That's fine.
Well, think about. Did you play Last of Us?
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
well, but even The Last of Us didn't.
That's still that.
Okay.
I wish that. Spoilers for Last of Us again.
Oh my god.
That's like 5 years old.
Doesn't matter. I wish that you never got to shoot a gun in that expansion.
Did you shoot a gun?
You get to fight people in that expansion. I kind of wish you never did because that.
There's a water gun fight.
Yes, there is, but you know what I mean.
No, I know.
Pew pew.
So, should we do final thoughts? Wrap it up.
In summary, I'll go first. I don't have a real final thought yet. So currently, really enjoying it. Kind of like grindy, which I'm okay with right now because I don't want to spend money. I'm okay with that. I really like the world, like I said. I really like the character development of outside characters and characters you don't even get to see. You kind of start to care about
Just
them and stuff.
existing there, but
Yeah, it's a very breathing
The main
world.
bad guy, you just hear his voice. You don't actually see him.
Yeah,
but he's there, like you.
Yeah, you got to pay to see him.
It's a very yeah, exactly. It's like Taken King.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I will get the DLC because it interested me enough to make me want to continue on and open the world and see everything.
It's a living, breathing world, and I will absolutely keep playing, and I probably will get the DLC later on once I have more money. So
Yeah.
What do you think, Pasquale?
Same with me. I think it's very well done. World's immersive. Like that's all I can say. But I'll pick up the DLC. I'll be playing it. Like it felt real. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
It's good.
Yeah.
That's like the best I'd give it. It's
Like,
good.
to be fair, I only just finished the story and just started Dark Souls, so I don't know too much end content yet. But I'm getting there. We'll see what happens.
like I have been very critical of this game.
Yeah, but also incursions and everything still got to come out, so we're gonna see what that
but
adds.
I don't care about things that are coming. I'm only gonna be
I know.
like I can't talk about that. I'm talking about stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care what's like trading is coming, incursions are coming, underground tunnels are. I don't care because it's
Right.
not here. I like what is here is pretty much the same thing throughout the game. Now, what those things are throughout the game, the shooting mechanics, the cover, the bullet sponge bosses. Oh my god, the bosses! It is fun. And I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy getting to the endgame content. I did enjoy leveling up my guy. I did enjoy somewhat min-maxing, even though it takes way too much time to get proper rolls.
Right.
I'm going to argue way more time than Destiny. Because at least in Destiny, once you get those drops, you have them. In this game, I have made the Vector 43 times, and I have still not gotten at least close to the proper rolls for the perks that I want. And I've counted. So don't even talk to me that the rolls are easy to get.
I mean,
all right? But with that being said, I did enjoy it, and I am having fun with it. Now, as to what's coming in the future, I don't know. If it's fun and if it keeps me interested, I'll get the DLC and I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
But for right now, for what I paid, a new game in Canada, and I know we bring up price a lot, $80 plus tax. I feel like I'm sated with the amount of hours that I already put into it, and I'm probably going to be putting in more.
Yeah.
Because right now, I have one more day to farm the Bullet King, and I'm going to do that until I max out my Phoenix credits.
I want to platinum this game.
Oh, I'm planning it.
I need like one more trophy.
So if you guys can help me make that happen.
I told you to come online, but you're never online.
What do you want from me?
Come play!
All right. That was good.
Yeah. So in summary, it's good. It's a good game.
Yeah, I like it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away.
It's not great. It's good.
Stefano, would you like to pimp your stuff?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter if you're into that sort of thing. I tweet some random BS. It's Steph_Fontana or at Steph_Fontana, and on Instagram at Fontana_designs. I will post pictures usually daily, but we'll see what happens.
Good.
You can actually follow me. Now I have a Twitter.
Thank God.
Now I have a Twitter before the show.
I'm pretty sure.
86?
No, I had it. I completely forgot about it, so there's probably nothing on there. But you can
the
follow.
posting, kid.
Oh yeah, I know. But you can follow me at Pasquirrel91 or on Twitter and at Pasquirrel on Instagram.
Cool.
Yeah, Instagram I do use not frequently, but more than Twitter.
Never use Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Fairville TV. You can also catch me on YouTube. I'm trying to upload a video at least once a day at Fairville. And of course, you can watch me live stream my content on Twitch TV/Fairville.
Will we ever show up on one of your streams again?
I mean, this is going on my channel, so like you're going to be on there.
Oh, but like a stream, like play with
Oh
you or
no,
something?
because you guys never do anything. Anyway, thank you all for
What?
watching.
I'm always
No, you guys are always welcome. You know that.
You're like bitch.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining the first official video and audio episode of the official Robot Slippers podcast. Robot Slippers.
We need some sort of like
Outro music. Go, Chris.
yeah.
And we'll be back hopefully next week with a new game and new content and new topics.
Maybe something.
All right, let's go.
I will have them.
Bye.
Bye.
Spanking hands. I'm kidding. Cut that out.